Hey guys, my name's David. On this episode I'm going to show you how to cure IT band pain. I'm not going to go into the long-winded explanation of why it happens, but basically usually it's because your pars formis muscle, which goes through your hips, so it's not on the outside, it's not on the inside, but it goes through it, is too tight, and what that's doing is pulling your hips back and it's tightening everything. There could be other issues, like you could have an injury in your top left shoulder and it'll hurt the right side because the nerves are actually connected in an X. So that's one thing you might want to look at. But I'm just going to get to the multiple different things you can try out to fix it. I've had this problem for numerous years, and I was in so much pain, this was probably about a year ago, I was in so much pain that I had to become the master at it, and I researched everything and I found a solution for it. And recently I've been a little bit lazy with my stretching and it started to flare up just a little bit. So I wanted to make this video while everything's fresh, and so I can help you guys if you ever have this problem, because I know how terrible it is. So let's get into this. So I've got multiple different things here and for different uses. Okay, so the first thing you want to do if you have IT band pain, like for me it hits really low here. So for me it hits right up below the knee, and it just it's horrible right here, especially right on the bone. But I mean, some people have it a little bit higher up. You'll have to figure out what works for you. But if you just get like a roller, like one I've got back here, now if you just get like a foam roller like this here, this foam roller is not going to save you, because if you just roll this on here, all you're going to do is end up stretching the band temporarily, and then it'll just go back. But realistically, you can't stretch this band. This band can withstand the weight of an African elephant. It's insane how strong this band is. So you can't stretch the band. You can temporarily I don't know what it is, you're displacing it just a tiny bit so it feels a little bit better, but realistically the only way to fix this is you have to stretch the connection muscles. So the band is one thing, and then there's connection muscles on either side, up in the hip and down at the foot. But the one that is actually too tight is usually the one at the hip. So what you want to do is you want to get a ball. So this lacrosse ball, which has a big K on it, from my friend Camille, which I stole from him after a game of ball hockey. These are fantastic, except they are a little bit too weak for me, because you can see if you push really hard on this, it will actually depress. You need quite a bit of force, but in a pinch, this is okay. Tennis ball is okay as well. So I usually bring this when I go play volleyball or whatever. If I need an absolute quick fix, this will work. But if you want to seriously take care of this issue, you got to get something like this. So this thing here, this is like a metal, there's two metal balls inside here. I'm pretty sure they're metal. Either that or it's a solid material. I'm pretty sure there's metal in here, and then a silicone on top. Either way, you can hit this with a sledgehammer and it doesn't flinch. And the fact that this is welded together, it's got a little bit of move to it, and so you can actually get in the ridges of your muscles and roll them, and it's just this fixes it. So the other things I've got here, so for this one you're just hooking this on your spine, and it's kind of like the poor man's chiropractor. You'll end up just hooking this on your spine and find the spot that hurts, and then you can pop it, and that might be connected to a nerve down in your leg. So this is more like temporary relief, and you want to kind of pop your shoulders out right on the inside of your scapula, right between your scapula and the rector spinae, the muscle, and it's kind of like where the rhomboid muscle is, if you want to Google that, to the left of that, if you're on the right side of the spine. But basically on the inside, you just want to pop that out. That'll loosen it up. The foam roller is excellent too. You should be doing this daily. You want to roll out your legs. So just roll this out, roll this out. This will hurt, and that's good. No pain, no gain. So usually I like to roll it out really right down here. You can actually see my hair is gone on my legs down here, because I do it so often because it's needed. Otherwise I just get these horrible, horrible tight legs. So you can also roll at the ridge, which just is absolutely painful. But once again, usually I hit all the lower connections of the muscles with the foam roller. And then you want to get the connections right on the top of your knee, because those will be really tight too. Once again, these are all just temporary things that are going to help in the short term. You should be doing these regularly to prevent the pain, but to actually get rid of it, once again, this thing, so let's get all this stuff out of here. So this thing, you want to find, there's a pit in the side of your hip, and if you basically it's about the size of a fist or like the palm of your hand. So if you find your waist and then you find the ilium crest on your, basically the ridge of your pelvis, and then around the side, there's kind of an indent there. You'll have to figure out to find it, but I guarantee you, once you find it, you will know, because it will be so painful. So you're going to basically going down one palm's worth into this kind of depression area here, and you want to put that ball right in there. What you do is you sit on your butt, you put this thing on your hip, and even if you had a ball, it works too. Put the ball there. This, you just have to pinch it with your fingers to hold it. That's why this is better, because it's grippy. You put it in there, you lean on it, and like I already hit it because I've done this so many times. And then what you do is you want to brace yourself with the other leg, and then you want to floss this leg until you hit the nerve. For me, it's right in here. And see, I'm not grimacing yet because I didn't hit it perfectly. That's because I got this audio thing on my... So, let's see here. Oh, so you want to floss it until you hit it, and it hurts so bad. And what you do is you hold this for like a good 30 seconds to a minute. And you want to just breathe into it and try to think of that pain and that tension and just release it. Just focus your mind on releasing that pain. And so then once it releases, and then you can maybe move it up further and further until and do that for another minute. And then you want to just start moving it around and flossing it and then start rolling on it. If you want more pressure too, you can lean back on your elbow like this. So when I do this, I actually have to lean back on this to get enough pressure. And you just find that spot. It's right there. Oh yeah, it's right there. It's just so wonderful. It's so wonderful. Oh. Now when I first did this to release the pain, I was like just in agony, borderline like yelling in my house. It's just so painful. And then you just get in there and get on top of it like this too. Oh, that really hurts. I find it's easier to interlock your hands and then just roll that out. It hurts. Oh. I'm naturally wanting to tense my body, and I have to focus on relaxing. The more you relax, the more it'll dig into the muscle and it'll actually release it and allow it to stretch. Even now, like, I'm focusing, but it hurts really bad. But once you start rolling it afterwards, it just really starts to loosen up, and then you pop off, and it just feels incredible. So just a quick demo now with this one. It's not as good, but you have to find that spot, roll onto it, keep it pinched with your fingers, and then you're just gonna, like, there. So it's harder to get, but if you get it, this one's not as easy to roll because the ball is warping. But you can still find the spot. This still hurts really bad. And this thing here is actually pretty interesting. If you have someone else in your house, you have something like this, you can run it up and down your spine. I find that really helps just to loosen up your spine, because you basically want to loosen up all the muscles along the whole column of your rector spinae and your gluteus medius, your gluteus maximus. You want to get all this super nice and loose and just stretch it all out at once. So this is nice for the spine. You can also use the foam roller on your back. I have hyperextendable shoulders, so I can kind of cheat myself a little bit. But so the next thing you want to do is stretch out the joint on the inside and the outside. And to do this, what I do is I use this couch, and I've got a pillow here, and what I end up doing is I just lay back. This is basically my video game time, because I don't really do much anything else but work. But so I'll just sit here, and see this has a nice kind of footrest, and then I'll hook my heel over my knee, and then I'll push down on it, and then this just really works down here. I have really tight hips, and this I'm not very flexible, so I really need to work on this. And so I'll usually just sit here and play video games, and what I end up doing is I play Clash Royale, so the games will be about 2 minutes long. So I'll spend 2 minutes, then do the next leg, spend 2 minutes, do the next leg, and then I stretch the other side. So fold this back, and then stretch this leg out straight like this, and then you'll feel it just all in the side of your quad. Oh, it hurts. So yeah, I'll just spend another 2 minutes, play like this, and then for the other side, since I don't have a wall here, and then just flip my leg around like this, and spend another 2 minutes playing a game. You can also do this in your, this is kind of weird. You can also do this in bed, and just hold your leg close to yourself when you do this. You won't have a wall, but you can easily do that, and then also cross your legs. And then the final one that you want to do, which I find really helps if it's just throbbing in pain, you need immediate relief, is after you've done those other two and you've really loosened up your hips, is you take one leg over the other, and then you want to pull this one over this way and this one this way. And what you want to do is cinch the fold of your knee right over, get it as close as possible to your knee, and really just torque that down. And then what you want to do is use your hips, and you want to try to push this hip down as well as pushing your knee down this way. You want to push everything down. And then just kind of rotate your hips a bit and your spine and find that sweet spot where it really hurts. And even if you don't feel this doing anything, if you sit here for 2 minutes, and what I'm doing is also I'm crushing my leg, my calf against the side of my leg, and I find this really helps loosen the IT band in conjunction with everything, but especially if I really crush this against my leg. But yeah, after a couple minutes of doing this, when you let go, you'll really feel the pressure release. Like even there, I was only like, what, 20 seconds, and now I feel it's just, oh, it's nice and loose. So the same thing on this side. I usually grab my ankle and pull because I have horrible flexibility. I can't sit cross-legged at all. And then you just push, get that all nicely locked in, and then start working with your spine and start pushing down and flexing it a bit. And sometimes I pull down on it. But I'm usually just sitting here playing my game, so that I end up, being here maybe 15 minutes. I get to play some video games for 15 minutes and get all my stretching done. If you want to see what my cross-legged looks like, just to see how bad it is, and I'm having to lean. Like I can't sit forward. So that gets you an idea of how bad my flexibility is. And so this has absolutely solved my problems doing this. And then we'll take a look at the final portion you want to do over there again. Next, you want to do some stretching. Athlete X has an excellent video that goes over all the different exercises you can do, but just a couple quick ones which are really, really helpful. You want to pretend there's a limbo bar and you have to go underneath it. So the idea is you squat down, you go under the bar and up. And as you go up, you're flexing this back leg. Okay, so we'll do that again. So you're squatting down, under, and up, and then flex. And that flex, you really want to squeeze the muscles in your back, right above your butt. And so you go down, up, down, up. So now this is way too easy for me, but what you want to do is grab some dumbbells or weight. So in my case, I got this 30-pound medicine ball. This will work. So down, up. The key to this is you need to squeeze your butt and this whole back area when you come up. This is what's going to strengthen your back. So you can, you basically don't want the post-anterior tilt, which is when you have like monkey butt. You're walking around, if you're walking around like this and this feels relaxed and then you try to rotate your hips forward, then that's because you got the post-anterior tilt. So you need to make sure you don't have the monkey butt. And you don't want it flat like you're walking around like this, but you need it just neutral, not monkey butt. This will really help for that. There's other exercises. Once again, check out Athlete X's video. It's fantastic. One other exercise you can do is a runner's lunge, which is similar to, it's kind of a limbo one. You want to load into the position and come up where you're like flexing on that back of your leg and like really pushing up. I'm gonna have to put it up, cinch it up a bit here. And the idea is you have two dumbbells and you load that leg and you push up, up. So that's a couple exercises. There are a bunch of other ones too. You can do like a pelvic thrusts and other thrusts up against the wall and stuff. So one other exercise you want to do is you want to strengthen your back with either Cobra, or if you go to the gym, you can kind of use the machine where you can kind of arc your back up. But basically, if you just do it at home, you just want to do this, and you want to basically get this. You can do it without your arms, or you can do it with your arms and then push. Just do a whole bunch of variations where you're strengthening that back. And if you're at a gym that has the machine where you can kind of lock in and then do this motion, that's good too. So the last exercise you want to practice, once you fix the problem, there's no more pain, and you want to really keep it away, you need to strengthen your core. Like super, super strong. So the best one for that is the front lever and the back lever. So the front lever, I can demonstrate the front lever. The back lever, I can't quite do it in here. Back lever is basically you're holding the bar like this, and you're hanging with your body straight. The front lever, you just need to, you can go to any playground, and the idea is you just want to bring your body up like that. And at first it's going to be really hard. You can actually use a band, which I have here, if you want to put your foot in that and then use that to assist. And then eventually you'll just go up. And yeah, front lever, really tighten up your core, really protects all that area and just really saves your butt. You definitely don't want to do this first, but you can stretch the hamstrings a bit. It'll be your natural instinct at first to stretch the hamstrings, but this is actually the problem. The problem is in the piriformis. So the hamstrings, you can just put the ball of your foot angled. So if you just put your foot on something and just lean into it, that'll pull it. And you get something a little bit higher, it'll work better. Oh, and one last bonus tip, if you get yourself some of these anti-grav boot things, this will actually help pull out your spine, and I find it just really decompresses and really helps loosen everything up as well. You can see I've actually tried everything. So this is actually very useful. When you first use this though, it's going to really feel like strong rush of blood on your head. So you can only do this for maybe 15 seconds at first, and then you can work your way up to a couple minutes, and you really just feel your spine stretching out. And people actually get taller doing this consistently. So this basically how this looks. You need something to hang off of. All you do is you make sure you have strong grip. You get these things oriented so the hook is pointed towards you, and then you just go into it, chin up, and then you just come down. And all you do is just want to hang here and let it stretch out. And then once you kind of get more advanced, you can go into some stretches like this. Oh, that feels fantastic. You can try arcing your spine and then curling it the other way, doing some chin-ups or some sit-ups. But yeah, that's basically it. You can put some handles here too to make it easier to get back up. I'll link this up in the description as well as some of this other stuff. The foam roller is really great just for daily maintenance. Hopefully this helps you guys out. If you like the video, thumbs up, subscribe, all that good stuff, and have a great day.